Welcome to the lesson. Today I'm going to show you some diatonic chords in the key of C major, the natural scale. Now you should be familiar with the triads by now, the two inversions. I'm going to show you the chords that correspond with these. It's still root, third, 5. We're just going to play them in chords now instead of the arpeggiated melody. It's still going to be C major followed by D minor, minor. It's still the same pattern. We'll go over it again. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and the 8th is the octave. It's the same as the first, but an octave higher. Still that same pattern, but chords. So the first one is C, and there's going to be 3 shapes with these, just like with the triads. Now with this first shape, the major shape, there's the major shape, the minor shape, and the diminished shape, just like before. The major shape, we're going to be playing with the index finger and the ring finger. The index finger is going to go on the C note. It's that 3rd fret, 5th string, and then we're going to bar this ring finger here to go across strings number 4, 3, and 2 on the 5th fret. Now if we play these 4 strings, strings number 2, 3, 4, and 5, the ones we're fretting, it's going to sound like this. Just like that. That's the major. That's the major shape. The minor shape, we're going to go up, so we're staying diatonic to this key of C. It's going to be D minor. This is different. There's no barring. You're still going to play the first note with the index finger. And then you're going to bring down the ring finger and the pinky. Now the ring finger is going to go on the 4th string. The pinky is going to go on the 3rd string. They're both going to go on the 7th fret. So you've got this. Then we're going to bring the middle finger in, and that's going to go on the 2nd string, 6th fret. This tone right here, that would be the 3rd. The only thing that's changed between the major and the minor shape is the 3rd, because as we know, the 3rd tone is the one that dictates major or minor. So if it were major, it would sound like this. The 3rd would just go up 1 fret, 1 note, 1 half step. To play minor, it would just be flatted a half step. Flatted from that. Minor. So we got major, minor, we got another minor, major, major, now I've got a minor, and then we got the weird diminishing one, which is going to sound like this. This one is kind of difficult to fret at first until you get used to it. Now to do this one, pay close attention. You're going to start with your index finger like we always have. And then you're going to bring in your middle finger to go on the 4th string, 15th fret. The index finger is on the 5th string, 14th fret. Okay, so we got the index finger, 14th fret, 5th string, and then we got the 2nd note here, which is going to be the middle finger, 15th fret, 4th string. Now we're going to bring in the pinky instead of the ring finger. It's easier to play it this way, trust me. And that pinky is going to go on the 3rd string, 16th fret. So we've got this so far. And now we're going to drop in the ring finger on the 2nd string, 15th fret. So it's going to, that one. So the whole thing is going to sound like this. Very eerie, cool sounding chord. Gives a melody a lot of flavor, right? Or a chord progression. And then octave, which is going to be major. Piece of cake, right? And then of course, got to go back down, but go over and review real quick. Major, minor, minor, yeah, major again, major, minor, the Odd diminishing one. Then go back down, of course. Gotta get 7th, the diminishing one. Minor again. Major. Major. Minor. Minor again. Major. If we wanted to keep going back down, we could certainly play that diminishing again. Same as this. Just a different octave, right? Same with this. Just a different octave, that's all. Now this C chord, any chord, but we'll do C. You can play it all fretted. You can play it with the open chord where you got an open string in there. You can play it down here. All sorts of ways you can play that chord all over the guitar neck. And that's any chord really. I'm going to show you the same progression here, but we're going to do this in the key of G so that we can use the bottom string. Now, it's still going to be the same pattern, we're just going to be in a different key, the key of G instead of the key of C. But the pattern is still the same because we're still doing just a natural scale, right? So it's going to be major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, octave for the major again. The fingering is going to be a little bit different, but it's pretty simple. So we're going to start the index finger, 6th string, 3rd fret, and then we're going to bring down the pinky and the ring finger. The ring finger first, though. That's going to go on the 5th fret, 5th string, 5 and 5. So we got that. And then we're going to bring in the pinky finger, and that's going to go on the 5th fret also, but the 4th string. So we got this. Then drop down the middle finger, put that on the 3rd string, 4th fret. Then you can also bar the 1st finger and play the rest of the strings. You can actually play all 6 strings and it's going to be just fine. It's G major. It's G major with a couple open notes there. It's G major all fretted. Okay, so G major. The minor is going to be the same fingering except you lift up the middle finger, and that's going to flatten the 3rd by a half step. So remember, it's the 3rd tone that's going to determine if it's major or minor. Now we're going to do minor again. Major, major, minor, and then we got the diminishing one. The easiest way to do this one on these sets of strings, the 6, 5, 4, 3 strings, is you start with the index finger on the 6th string, 12th fret, so you have this note, and bring in the middle finger on the 15th fret, 5th string, so you have those two, and the ring finger on the 16th fret on the 4th string, then the pinky finger on the 17th fret, 3rd string. So they're all in order. The strings, the fingers, the frets, makes it real easy. And then major again. So we got this. Octave of this one. So there you go. It's the same. It's the same thing as the C major scale, but the fingering is a little different. The pattern is still the same. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major for the octave. And of course you got the G, 2 different ways of playing G. It's still root 3rd 5 in all those tones for the G chord. Okay, I want to go over an oldie, Earth Angel. It's an oldie but a goodie, as Michael J. Fox said in the movie Back to the Future. It's a great song, and this is based off of that chord progression. And let's see here, the first chord is going to be the C chord. I like to play it with the open option as opposed to all fretted. I just think it sounds prettier. minor, and from A minor we go down to F, to G, to C, A minor, F, G, and repeato. That's it. Now, if we were going to look at this in theory like we've been doing, it's going to be in the key of C, right? So C is obviously the first tone, it's C major. Then we go to A minor. A minor is the sixth of C. So we start in C, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's the root note of this chord here. So we got C, which is the first. And then we got A minor, which is the sixth. Then we got F. F is going to be the 4. This is the start note. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's major. And then we move up to G. And G is the fifth. And fifth happens to be major also. Major. So C, which is the first. A, which is the sixth. F, which is the fourth, and then G, which is the fifth. So you could pick any starting place as long as you're familiar with relating to these scales and chords and numbers, which is easiest in my opinion. Then you can follow a formula for every song. So if somebody said, hey, play this tune in this rhythm, in this particular key, but the chord progression is 1, 6, then drop to the 4, 5, and then repeat. Well, you can figure that out. 1, 6, 4, 5. So we got 1. And the 6 would be, and it's minor. The 4 would be, and then 5. I'm sorry. 4 and 5 are both major. So that's how you figure it out. I'm going to try this with the metronome. And we'll try it like this first with the triads, okay? You know, that's kind of boring to do it like that, so I'm going to alter the rhythm to make it more musically interesting for this song. We're going to start with the C. Here it goes. A lot more interesting than doing this, right? It's a ton more interesting. So here's what it sounds like again with the little swinging eighth note that I'm doing. So there you have it. I hope you learned a lot from that lesson. That there's a colossal amount of, well, the importance of that information is colossal. It's really not that much, but it's really important that you understand that bit of theory and you can relate to scales and chords and numbers, and you've got the formula for staying diatonic to a natural scale memorized. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, octave. That concludes this lesson. I hope you enjoyed the Earth Angel bit, the oldie but a goodie, like Michael J. Fox said in that movie, Back to the Future.